what financial tips would you give, especially those women that may be tuned in, whether they're single mothers or they're just trying to manage their household in general, even if they're married or they may have lost a job? What are some, I guess you can say, tips or trends or things that we all should be preparing ourselves for that we can do today to help us get on a better foot financially?
Of course, the first thing is, regardless of your situation, give yourself grace. So if you are really, really struggling, if you just completely messed up in 2020, that it is okay. So give yourself some grace, because it was a rough year. But one of the biggest things that I hope we all learned from 2020 is that we have to figure out multiple streams of income. Like, we never want to be held hostage to, an employer or a business. Like, we have to have several different things going on. And so even if you don't necessarily have money right now to invest in something, right now you can still be, while we're still home, a lot of us are still stuck inside, you can still be at home and on. Now they have Clubhouse, where people are sharing free information all day. Summits like this are free. YouTube, you can learn anything on there. I mean, there's so many businesses that you could just start today, so we have to be making sure, I would say, that in 2021, create multiple streams of income. Make sure that you are paying yourself first, saving. So you are saving some money because Lord knows when we're all going to get out of this. And then, like I said, of course, I always want to, make money, save money, and then invest it in things that are going to make me more money.
And some people may be wondering, oh my goodness, how can I come up with multiple streams of income? How can I figure that out? So I want to share with you guys some things that I kind of had to do myself. What are you good at? What are you genuinely good at that you can do in the back of your head while you're sleeping? For me, that's things related to PR, because I was a public affairs specialist for over 8 years with the Department of the Army. So although that's not my, I have so much fun doing this, I can do it. I can get the job done. I know how to do it well. So what's that one skill that you can tap into and provide a service to other people? Another thing, what do you actually enjoy? What do you enjoy doing? If you are good at art, if you can sing, if there's some type of service that you can provide people, then do that. Figure out a way to package that, whether it's a product or a service, or teach people how to do that. Another thing too, what are people constantly asking you to do, or they're asking you about? Because that's a good way to find out too, a hidden skill that you may have. So if someone is constantly asking you, oh girl, who did your braids? And you're like, oh, I did that. Now you can go from braiding your hair to other people's hair, so just some things to think about, because I know sometimes it is hard for people to figure out how to come up with different streams of income. So just wanted to plant that seed. And these ladies have done a very good job as far as coming up with different forms of revenue during the pandemic.
We're in an age where everybody is finding an entrepreneurial spirit. And I think what stops people a lot of times is the fact that they don't have it all together in the moment. Well, I want to start this business, but I don't have a website. Well, I want to start this business, but I don't have a business phone number. I don't have employees. I don't have inventory, whatever it is. I don't have a business plan. I don't have money. And I just encourage you, and this was dropped in my spirit just now, to not let that stop you. Wherever you are in your journey, go. Start right here, right where you are. And I know I'm speaking to somebody because somebody's got this brilliant idea and they're not sure. They're waiting on one more thing, or this one thing, I got to get this in place. Nope. Do it right now. Start yesterday, because somebody is going to benefit and be blessed from whatever it is that's in you, that's in your sternum, that you want to give to the world. And you're letting one or two little things stop you from blessing and being blessed. Start right now where you are, and the rest will fall into place. I promise you. I promise you it will.
Ooh, Candace, listen, confirmation. I hope this is confirmation for someone on here, because I have those moments myself where I'm like, oh my gosh, I have these great ideas. I have no clue. Listen, y'all, I promise you, 90% of the stuff y'all see me doing, I'm acting on faith. I have no clue. I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing, if that makes sense. And it's like when I feel like giving up, I have to remind myself, who am I to not be obedient? If God trusted me with this vision, then who am I to not be obedient? Because someone is waiting for you to act on what he instilled in you. Yes. And so, Leah, what ways have you been able to pivot with your business?
I learned a lot from the failure of not doing well in business. Sometimes you think just because you don't have it together, or maybe the idea did not work the first time, that it's not something that you want to pursue. But sometimes business is taking that risk. It was dipping into my savings to pull something. And another thing I wanted to talk about too, Tula, from what you said earlier, is I think sometimes people are intimidated when they don't make a lot of money. Let's be clear. The media industry, either you make a lot or you make nothing. When I first started out, I was literally making $35,000. And I remember there was a point where I felt like I could not save because I was making so little money. But the reality is you can put $25 aside. If it's $25 a month, it's $25, but it's something. And I started to do that even with the little money, but that created the mindset that I have now. Now that I do make more money than that, now I'm always pulling into my savings, because I remember I was a steward over a little thing. So when God blessed me with more, I was able to be a steward over more. So y'all got to start living and manifesting the life you want to live. You know what I'm saying? You might not have it all right now, but how you going to act when you have it? Because you can make a lot of money and lose it quick.